Ready? If you think this is crazy, that's fine. Don't write it down and just go look. All right? What?
Maybe like count the letters.
Yeah. Did you already know that? Did you find the video? Yeah, because I told them. Yeah. So, all right. So here we go. So Nick, the baby, camel, had a clam, and supper has two P's, because if you only put one P, it's just super. Okay. Had a clam supper. I'm so serious though. Clam supper in Phoenix. And some of these words are just there because, you know, let's make a sentence, right? So, here we go. What I'm going to do for you, have you guys, first of all, did you realize that, you know, per meant most, 8 was one less, 8 was one less, and hypo was one less than that? Did you see that pattern?
Yeah.
So you should feel okay about that. So what I'm going to do in this little saying is I'm going to get you to nitrate. I'm going to get you to phosphate, to sulfate. And then you'll have to take that knowledge and bump it down one for sulfite. But if you can figure out which one's, you know, sulfite shouldn't be a problem. You see? That's what I'm getting. All right, so here we go. Nick is going to be for nitrate. So far, so good. What you're going to do is you're going to count the consonants. My consonants, consonants are the number of oxygens, and the vowels is the negative charge. All of these polyatomic ions that I'm going to help you with, they're all negative. The only positive one you have on here is ammonium. Hydronium or hydrogen is also positive. It's not on this list, but those are really the only two that are positive. So that should, you know, these are all negative. The NH4 plus, that's on you. Good luck. There's just going to be a couple you're going to have to just look at, and that's one of them. So anyway, Nick, so I'm counting up the consonants, 1, 2, 3. So that gives me 3 oxygens, and 1 vowel makes the charge 1 minus. That's nitrate. So all these words I'm giving to you right now, they're going to be the 8s, and you'll have to bump it up or down as needed. These are all, this is nitrate, okay? The ain't a thing. Baby, this is for your bromate. So I got BR for bromate, and then that's 1, 2, 3 consonants, and then I got 1 vowel there. So there's your bromate. Bromite's going to be 1 less than that. But you're going to start with bromate and then take 1 off, okay, for the oxygens. Camel, this one, so be careful. This one's for carbonate. Cl is for chlorine, and that just makes sense because Cl is chlorine anyway, right? So this is my carbonate, and I have 1, 2, 3 oxygens, and I have 1, 2 vowels. So CO3 minus. When y'all do bicarbonate, do y'all remember what the charge of hydrogen is when you use hydrogen as an ion? We just talked about it for a second. It's 1 plus. Do you remember that? So if you put I'm not going to show you this, but if you put an H on here, look at here. You get an H and you lose one of the negatives and it becomes just 1 minus. So that's helpful. Do you see what I'm saying there? So if you're doing the extra credit, when you throw hydrogen on, it's going to take 1 minus away from the charge because you added a plus to it, and that kind of X's those out. And I can, if you want me to explain that a little bit more, I can, but since that's for extra credit, you know. So anyway, that's carbonate. Had a, that's just you know, part of those tenets. Clam, this is my chlorine, and I have 1, 2, 3 consonants. So I have 3 oxygens, and then I have 1 vowel, so I have 1 minus. Supper is for sulfate, S, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I have 1, 2 vowels, 2 minus. N is not a thing. Phoenix is for phosphate, P, 1, 2, 3, 4 oxygens, and then 1, 2, 3 vowels. That's your phosphate. So like if I'm studying, I have to know phosphite. It's right here. I'm going to take 1 oxygen off. And for example, for chlorate, per has 1 more, so I'm going to add 1 more. I has 1 less, I'm going to take 1 away. But what I just gave to you, The only ones you're going to have to study now is ammonium. These are on the quiz. So you have to really study ammonium, really study acetate. These are taken care of. This is taken care of. Hydroxide is, it's spelled out for you. Everybody wants to spell it like H-O though. So what I'm going to say is just don't write me that little message on your paper. Okay, so that's not nice.
Oh. I get it.
Yeah. So hydroxide, it tells you, the name tells you what's in it, but don't write it out like it sounds. Don't write out hyd. So be nice to your teacher. Don't write that on your paper. So hydroxide is pretty straightforward. It's 1 minus. Peroxide, you know, that per showing up again. It's got 1 more oxygen. You think it's got 2 oxygens. So it's 2 minus, and it's O2, 2 minus. So that one you need to study these a little bit. Those are taken care of. These guys down here, your sulfates are taken care of. Your phosphates are taken care of. So really, you only really have to study 4 on top of all this works. So that's not bad. Now, if you wait till the night before, that's going to be real uncomfortable. But if you start looking at it and, like, you know, talk it out to yourself, give yourself a quiz, you know, like quiz yourself. If you start looking through this, picking 4, 5, 10, whatever, make a little quiz and think through it, I think that you'll be a little bit happier. Sometimes people, what they'll do, there's a difference between reading it fluently and feeling comfortable with it and then remembering it. And so when you just read and study, you're reading it fast and you feel good, but that don't mean you know it. So what I would do is I would pick 5 and give myself a little quiz and then make myself do it. And doing that's going to be much more effective. How do you feel about your little camels and all?
I feel a lot better. That's helpful.
Yay, spirit fingers. All right, cool. I'm going to put this on YouTube for you guys. If you guys want to, y'all's class is a little bit long.